What's going on, Nanas? You know it's your boy Turley Ascendant. Listen, before we get into this video, you already know, like, comment, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on so you know when your boy got some more YT content for you. Also, subscribe to my Twitch as well if you want to catch these technical topics bi-weekly live, and as well as when I hop on some games or whatever and stream for a little bit. You know, the name is the same, but the game don't change. You feel me? So without further ado, let's get into this video. Enjoy, everybody.
Just like, yeah, we shutting the servers down. You're like, what the fuck?
Jump Force is shut down now.
It's shut down right now?
2 years. Yes, fam. That mug is bad. Like,
I mean, I knew that on release, but
I had hopes for that game. It felt pretty good originally, and I was like, if they can clean it up, it'll be pretty good. Never cleaned it up. I was like, alright. But, welcome all. Welcome in. This is the technical topic, number 15 on shooting games. Season 2. This is season 2. Take us to Jumping Hill. Even SoCal is going. Man, I would love to play SoCal more often, but yeah. So today we have a guest. I'll introduce him first. He is one of my best friends IRL. Quite frankly, these are everybody. All my technicians are more or less my best friends. So, but
oh my god, oh my god,
this is the one I knew before all these other ninjas. I will introduce him as Mr. Pasha.
Oh yeah, top 100 H1Z1 player. Yeah.
No, I am not that. I'm many things, but I'm not that.
Hey man, you know you my homeboy too, man. We just been a minute, brother. You know you my homie. But yeah, you know all these other ninjas, so let's get to it. Nah, I'm kidding. So we got the young Raha the King, aka H.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Slim Thuggin.
AKA Slim Thuggin, AKA Baby Trey's daddy, AKA Raymundo Wind.
Ooh,
I hate him. What in the?
I be posting thirst traps in the group chat, bro. I saw that jump. Bro.
What in the Shaolin Showdown, bro?
I saw that thirst trap that you sent on Snapchat, bro. I'm just saying, dude.
Anyway, we got the whole boy Shadow Falls, aka A to the J.
Hell yeah.
And you got your boy Bert Brown, aka Slip Slowly, aka that boy Tank, aka I don't take damage,
AKA Safe on Block,
aka Towers don't hurt,
AKA Azir's daddy.
Whoa.
Wait.
You old as heck, bruh. You should be dead.
That boy said Torima.
Your king has returned.
Emperor, but yeah, no.
No, see, no, that's Azir.
No. But I'm back. We getting into these shooting games, fam. So we're gonna open up. This isn't actually on the syllabus, quote unquote. But
That's just curriculum.
so do y'all ninjas like shooters?
I do.
Yeah.
to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that's
Got a troubled relationship with them, but
It's better than League of Legends.
Whoa.
hey, you hold on now.
Whoa.
Hey, hold on now. You better hold on.
He says better than League.
just kidding.
But really though, I mean, I did see him playing Fortnite, not League, but you know. Shut up.
Ooh, anyway.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about these shooter subgenres. There's a lot of games that are classified as shooters that you wouldn't expect to actually be shooters. They just have a lot of interesting genres to them.
Do I have a Glock? It's a shooter.
I
mean, technically, I guess.
Yeah.
Last of Us is a shooter.
Am I playing Smash Bros and I'm playing Joker? Shooter.
I hate him. No. And he said, "Am I Bayonetta?" Yes, shooter.
Joker's special is gun.
What's that chick in Blaze Blue? Or Cross
Noel?
Tag?
Noel.
Yep.
Shooter. Got him.
I play
Mega shooter.
Shooter.
Naruto? Shooter.
Shooter. Got him. All shooters. But one game most people might not think of being a shooter is Space Invaders. And if you don't know about that one, you can be more familiar with something like Galaga, Galaxian, games like those. Those are a category of shooter as well. How I feel about them? Them super old school arcade shooters. Those are the ones I go to the washing store where you have to generically wash your clothes in public or whatever.
The washateria.
Yeah, the washateria.
Weenie Hut Jr.
And then freaking play them games on the side. I'm just trying to get my double ship and shoot them up.
What was the one? Dude, I know which car wash you're talking about. They had the like you were a jet and it was a bullet hell.
Yeah, that's a Galaxia.
Oh,
Shout out.
Or Galaga, one of those two.
More of a Gallagher kind of guy.
Star Fox? Star Fox is not a shooter.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
An on-rail shooter.
What do you classify?
Which shooter? It's not in the categories I have.
It's an on-rail shooter.
An on-rail shooter? Define that.
Yeah.
I think it's just a spaceship shooter.
Because I would classify that as... What's the category with like the freaking plane games? Because that's what I would have classified.
I think it's a rail shooter.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
You said
it is a rail shooter.
Rail shooter?
Rail shooter. Same deal.
Ah, well there we go. Flying in planes, we got rail shooters. Well, that's a goat shooter then, because that's one of my favorite. That is my favorite Nintendo series.
Yeah, that's like your Time Crisis, where you're just like the games like the arcade.
Ooh, shout out.
Well, Time Crisis
Time
and all that
Crisis,
is actually
House of
under. All that is actually under.
Oh, you put
What's
on
it
the
called?
shooting gallery.
Yeah, it's under shooting
I think it's
gallery.
all on rail, but it's all on rail shooters.
Because the shooting gallery is when you actually have the gun and aim at the screen. That's what they define it as. So that's why I put House of Dead stuff into that.
I think on rail
Duck
is
Hunt is
kind
a
of like
shooter.
Duck Hunt is a shooting gallery.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
Duck
shooting.
Hunt
You
is
literally
definitely a
shoot
shooter.
at the screen.
Okay.
I think on the rail is kind of like a catch-all term for games that are like that.
Yeah.
Where you don't really have that much control over where you're moving.
Mm-hmm.
Ergo on the rails.
Yeah. Makes sense, don't it? And you got what that boy Kyle, Mr. aka Mr. Poop Shoot, was playing earlier. Good old Fortnite. The realm of battle royales.
Fortnite.
A very increasingly popular game style, like battle royales. It just keeps coming. They're just spreading it all the way up, man. Like, it's crazy.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, bro, I could be Spider-Man and I could shoot Ariana Grande.
I saw that.
I'm just playing it for the crossovers, man. Come on.
I saw that.
It does have
They
some
gotta-
pretty
It
ridiculous
looks
crossovers.
good, actually. I hate the fact that it's a lot of resources wasted on a battle royale.
Dude, the web swinging is no cap like Spider-Man 2 the game level.
Legit. I saw it. It
Yeah,
looks
I saw that.
smooth.
It's fire.
I've seen the web swing and I'm like, bro, this is a little bit too good for a freaking battle royale.
Yes, bro. Like, good grief. That mug is getting caught some traction. You got these 10-year-olds spending all their parents' money. I saw a freaking. I was watching a
my
freaking.
6-year-old son is playing Fortnite right now.
Got him.
That's who I was queuing with.
So many people.
Man, that boy is 6 already? Damn,
Yes, sir.
He does have 2 kids.
Once I was 7 years old.
Yeah, before
fire.
Battle Royales are freaking mad popular today. But you know what's right behind them? Looter shooters. Like the loved and hated game.
The
Legend.
The most failed series in recent memory?
The most failed season. Wait, whoa. You are not about
now.
to just disrespect Destiny like that.
Oh.
I mean, Destiny really disrespects itself, but
Hey, Destiny is still going strong. I don't know what you talking about.
yeah, Destiny really disrespects itself.
Destiny still got mad players.
Spoken like a true shiller. You take off your bungee cord right now.
Bungee cord. What y'all's look out Outriders? I haven't actually touched Outriders.
I haven't played it.
Outriders was solid. It just had so many. I'll go into that later.
Can we go back to Destiny for a second?
Go for it.
Yeah.
You see how you gotta pay. First off, you gotta pay $30 for their Bungie 30th anniversary thing.
What?
And included in that are the Magnum and the battle rifle from Halo, and they're straight dominating the PvP right now. So
What?
Destiny is unequivocally.
They put the battle royale in freaking
no
battle royale,
like
not, battle rifle. The BR.
Yeah, the battle rifle is a legendary pulse, and the Magnum is an exotic. Sidearm, I believe. The Magnum can 3-tap. And
Why?
It's a sidearm.
Why?
It is nasty, and of course you can get Gallahorn too, which is
Oh
like
my god!
PvE weapon.
Kill that gun, bro! I'm
That's
so
what
sick
I'm
of
saying,
Gallahorn. I'm so sick of that stupid ass gun, bro. That gun is annoying.
Thorn, though.
F that.
Oh, what?
They should have just had them been like ornaments or something, having them be like guns that just are clear dominators.
Bro, that's a topic for later. Down the line.
Oh yeah, we get to the baby.
All right.
I see
All right.
it.
Stay in your back pocket.
So we also got the other freaking looter shooters, like freaking what is it?
Division.
Division is one of them.
Anthem is a looter shooter.
Borderlands?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to think of too. Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands is probably the more popular.
One of the more ones.
One of the more successful ones. I can't say more popular. Destiny is definitely probably more popular, but Borderlands is more successful.
I don't know about that.
Concurrent, like, there's no reason to play Borderlands 3 specifically anymore. Like, there's not much to do in the game except Destiny. They constantly want you to log on every day to do something, or at least every week. There's not much to do in Borderlands.
True.
As a person who's played a lot of Borderlands 3, once you're done and they released that last little raid thing that took you like 15 minutes to beat, not even.
Not 15 minutes. It's not
Honestly,
15.
I kind of like that though. Like, there's no time gates in Borderlands. You kind of just play.
Oh yeah.
It's a much more honest game than Destiny, in my opinion.
It is. It's also lame that. Well, that's more issues for later.
You get your time with it, and then you're done with it.
Yeah.
Destiny, all those games, the
teams.
service type games.
I like sticking to it.
Yeah.
You can really play in Borderlands solo for like the entirety of the game.
Yeah. Then you got some other type of shooters. Another arcade favorite of Metal Slug, falling under the title of the run and gun.
Dang.
You could also call them platform shooters.
Games are always too hard.
Yeah, the platform shooters are out there. That's the only one that comes to mind.
Metal
Metroid.
Slug and Contra. Oh yeah.
Contra for sure. Yeah, Contra. Good
Old school Metroid is running gun. Mega Man is running gun.
Metroid is
Hey, guess what? You wouldn't think it. Cuphead.
Cuphead is also a running gun.
Oh yeah.
Definitely running gun.
Cuphead's probably the best example of a recent one.
Alright, we spoke of shooting gallery. What y'all know about arena shooters? Like Unreal Tournament?
Like Quake.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's those super
games like that.
they kind of fell off after their time, but they were basically super duper high mobility shooters. Like you're all over the place.
Yeah, Doom is probably the only one that's still relevant.
Would Star Wars be an arena shooter? Like Star Wars Battlefront 2? Like the PS2 version?
Technically, yes.
That's
okay.
I'd throw that in a like hero shooter or something.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably more of a hero shooter.
There's this one that I've been like reading up on that was like super competitive. It's called like Guns or something like that. GUNZ.
Oh yeah.
I think in that's technically an arena shooter. Right?
Yeah, that is.
Heck yeah.
I want to give a special shout out to Enter the Gungeon.
Nasty. Very.
That's a looter shooter, bullet hell. That's the thing about shooters. You can have a bunch of genres in one game.
Oh yeah.
Like speaking of hero shooters, well, we're trying to hope to come out somewhat soon. Maybe, probably not. Overwatch 2.
You ain't seen that shit until 2020.
Nope. Yeah,
Valorant done killed them all, bro. There's no point.
Get out.
Valorant?
Do with Overwatch. Freaking Overwatch killed itself.
Yeah.
He did kill himself, man. Like that's big.
So what is a hero shooter?
It's literally you specifically pick a character that has abilities.
Think of like League, but a shooting game.
Legit, what Overwatch is?
It's
Playing
like
a character.
I get you.
Overwatch is about the hero shooter. Shootingest you can play as a hero.
Of heroes.
Yeah,
Shooting.
Of heroes. Shooting.
literally, like you pick somebody. It's a shooting game, but you have specific abilities unique to your character.
Overwatch, Rainbow Six,
Valorant is
yeah.
to an extent, but yeah, it is.
Valorant's a lot.
Oh, like Rogue Company. Okay, got it.
Yeah, Rogue Company is a hero shooter, and it's a hero shooter.
Yeah.
And then you got tactical shooters, which is something else. A lot of games can fall under. Stuff like Call of Duty can fall under this.
Dear God.
Halo can actually fall under this too. Battlefield can fall under it.
What constitutes a tactical shooter?
It's mostly about the guns.
Like
CS:GO.
Yeah.
Like a Twitch shooter?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
It's a pretty broad subtopic.
Yeah.
It's basically just you have more agency under controlling your character.
It's where it simulates more realistic type of combat.
It's more about positioning and holding sight lines and things like that.
Yeah.
Quick reflexes, all that nonsense.
Because
That game called Battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I still want to get because that mug is like $10.
the new one?
Not the new one.
What about the Go Home Front? Anybody remember that game?
I remember
Nobody remembers that game.
I played that game like once.
I think I heard the name back in '96.
He said
Oh,
96. First of all, you weren't born or old enough to understand 96 or 88.
Well, shoot. That and Metro, whatever the other game is.
Metro 80, 90 something.
Mm-hmm. The Far Cry series.
Far Cry, yeah. Gross, but yeah. Let's move into one of our first major-ish topics, which is FPS versus TPS, the first-person shooters versus the third-person shooters. So let's run it down on each of. Well, I have preferences like the lowest thing, but I want to start with that one. Which one do y'all prefer?
Third person.
Third person, free. Not even close.
No.
I think first person is a lot more intimate,
Yeah.
a lot more immersive, and there's a lot more people who like it.
I
But
think if you're playing a multiplayer game, I'd say third person. But I like that immersion you get, like if you're playing a single player FPS from first person. But if you had a gun to my head, I'd probably say first person.
Nasty.
Like,
Literally.
imagine playing.
I wouldn't be
Resident
able to see you because I'm in first person. You could just blow my head off, but
Like imagine how disconnected you feel if you played a game like Resident Evil 7 or Village in third person.
Yeah.
It's,
I'd say it's one.
That game.
It's one Resident Evil game that's actually first person. I can't remember what it was called.
The last two of them.
It's the last two have been.
Oh, for real?
Seven and 8 have been first person.
like imagine if they had that old school like third person top down like.
Bro, that being said, the best Resident Evil is third person. RE4.
Yeah.
Game Boy Fire.
Yes. He said that's true, but yeah, I don't know, probably no. It's like it's pretty unanimous that TPS is so.
Is Metal Gear Solid a third person shooter?
MGS technically.
If since that is then like
Technically,
Uncharted.
You know how it does a thing sometimes? where it's
Uncharted
like,
is a third person shooter.
Yeah.
You're looking at like from a top down. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd say it's mostly third person.
Third person is usually, I mean, it could be top down, it could be over the shoulder. That's usually the most common.
Your Gears of Wars.
Over the shoulder.
Army of Two.
Yeah.
Boy, am I the only one that really liked that game?
Army of Two? It was fun.
Army of Two, the 40th day?
I didn't like 40th Day.
Bro, back in the golden era of co-op.
I liked the first one. I didn't really like 40th Day.
You had your Army of
The
Two.
second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one that had the freaky, weird ass like consequences if you like did something, and they're like.
Shouts
I think I remember.
RE5, boy.
I think I remember one scenario was like if you let the kid live, he kills somebody else or something like that. It was weird.
Yeah, and
I know
Army
what
of
you're
Two.
talking about,
Yeah, it would do that type of stuff. Like you can let this dude live, but he's gonna do this. If you kill him, though, you're gonna get this.
Yep.
It was kind of crazy.
I'm gonna gain a weapon. Dead.
Dang. Certain things you can have make it harder if you kill somebody, or make it easier if you let them live. It's pretty crazy.
Consequences be damned.
It was a third-person shooter that was made by Insomniac. It was I want to say it was like a hero shooter. Yes, it was. I think it was called Fusion. It was a PS3 game. It didn't get a lot of traction because it was kind of like it was kind of trash. But what you was about to say?
I'm trying to think.
If you look it up, I think the name of it is Fusion. Fuse, that's what it's called. Fuse, yes. Because one they all had different weapons. And like one of them had a shield, the other person could like cloak themselves, and then I remember the black dude. He had like a bow, but it was like a fire bow that could like multi-tap people, and it was just like it was pretty cool. I always thought it was a good game, something that they could have like I don't know made it better, but it just didn't get enough love and attention from them as a company. And I really hate that. I enjoyed that game.
I'm gonna bring up a few honorable mentions of some more shooters. Resistance.
Are we just listing shooters right now?
Oh,
yeah, you still want shooters.
Resistance.
Resistance.
Yeah.
That was the one with it was like an RPG, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What would that fall under?
Which one?
Played as like an alien. It was first person.
Resistance.
First person?
I know it's first person, but
like what shooter genre?
Like
RPG shooter?
Yeah.
Should be an RPG
shooter. I don't know. Okay.
Killzone.
Killzone.
Bro, let me tell you something about Killzone. Hated that game.
Really?
Y'all forgetting the first 256 player online shooter, MAG? Oh.
What you say to me?
I remember that game coming out.
Not much
There's
else.
there were so many shooters around that time. There's so many. Like a ridiculous amount.
It
It was literally like
man.
every other game.
Oh my god. Freaking shooters is such a popular genre, man.
It's because everybody likes to shoot, gun, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Like you say, out
Everyone
of
likes to
all
go-
these, out of all these subgenres, which, like, I guess you could say 3 would be the most popular ones.
Easily
not all
tactical.
Shooters.
Tactical hero and battle royale.
Right now, tactical hero, battle royale, and looter. Top 3.
I think arena
That
is
was
kind of
4.
seeing a resurgence because I think Halo is primarily an arena shooter.
It's trying to become an arena shooter. It's definitely trying. After playing Infinite multiplayer, it's definitely trying to be an arena shooter.
Yeah.
So, an arena shooter is something that you can play couch co-op with?
I mean,
Or is it...
any one of these you could play couch co-op. quite
Arena
frankly.
shooters, I want to say they're more focused on your actual gunplay skill.
I would
like-
put that under a tactical.
Think of what's that?
I put
When I
arena.
think of, when I think of a
GoldenEye.
tactical shooter, like in Call of Duty, for example, like if you start shooting on a guy before he turns around, you're usually dead. But in Halo, you get that small chance that you could come back and win the 1v1. It's like a mini fighting game whenever you engage with somebody in Halo, and that's what I kind of think of as an arena shooter.
The interesting thing about Halo is when I did look up what people categorized it as, the specific categorization I saw for it was a sandbox tactical shooter.
Oh, that's cool.
Sandbox. Nasty.
Which is very interesting
I guess
terminology.
because
Just speaking of genres,
well, I think they mean sandbox in terms of like all the guns in the game and all the equipment and stuff that you use.
It just makes
I
it
think
such a...
sandbox more refers to the map.
Yeah.
See
Which
what
is a
the-
huge part in Halo.
Yeah, because you gotta know where weapons spawn and
Yeah.
getting the strong weapons and stuff. Like making sure
Uncharted
you...
is also an arena shooter.
We don't talk about Uncharted multiplayer.
Dang.
What you got to say about Uncharted
Hey,
multiplayer?
bro,
Oh, wait.
you're talking to the rank 1 Uncharted.
The emotes are
multiplayer
fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Hilarious.
Talking to the rank 1 Uncharted multiplayer god. You better watch your mouth.
If we're talking about Uncharted 4 multiplayer, all I gotta say is grapple hook should be in every shooting game.
Got
I
him.
mean, grapple hook should be. Yeah.
They just make everything better.
It ain't better than Last of Us multiplayer. That mug still
Shut up.
No.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Yo,
Hey,
Raha
that boy Gino.
I'm not
would agree.
lying.
Gito would
I'm not
definitely
lying.
agree. I'm
that boy
mad,
Raha
dude.
spitting, boy.
He be
I'm
spitting them
not lying,
unkind
bro.
lyrics.
That mug is 11 years, bro.
It's still trash.
Still going strong.
It's
wanna
still
talk
trash.
We
Like
like talk
round
about
page.
unbalanced ass.
Facts. I would
Hey,
rather
that
play. I would rather play Tomb Raider.
Whoa!
What?
What?
Tomb Raider's multiplayer was better.
Oh, no.
Man, I would rather play
Hey,
Tomb
hey,
Raiders.
What's up?
I don't like Last of Us 2 multiplayer, but I ain't going that far, big bro. I feel you. Bro.
Nah, F all
Oh,
that.
you played
Yeah.
the Last of Us 2 multiplayer? Can I
The
get
Last of Us 1.
Got
But
'em.
all joking aside, Last of Us multiplayer is bad, but that mug is, come on, man, 11 years? It gotta be something.
Yeah, when the game gets brought back, hell yeah, it better be something.
Warframe is
Looter shooter.
Loader shooter. Easy.
I would put it as an arena.
No.
I would have comboed
It's
it
like
as
textbook
a
looter shooter.
arena
That's-
looter.
That's the
Here's
thing.
no-
Because the way it actually like plays, I would
Yeah,
put it
these
as
games-
a hero. Not a hero, but an arena. But
Yeah,
like
this
in terms of like basic qualities, it's a looter.
like an arena shooter with loot. You can say
Yeah.
that.
What?
Because like
If that's the case, then Destiny is an arena shooter. It's literally the same thing, except
it's
third
not
person.
primarily an arena shooter, but it is an arena shooter.
Yeah.
The-
Like Warframe. Does Warframe even have PvP?
that I don't know. I
See,
played
that's
it for
what
a
I'm
little bit.
saying.
I didn't even
Oh,
play
you
Warframe.
Like for it
I
to be
played
an arena
the
shooter.
Oh, it
fuck out of
does?
Warframe.
I would have stuck it as a.
That's a looter shooter. That's all I would say. It is.
I feel
With some
like
RPG elements.
I feel like arena shooter as a subgenre in general is just too broad because it's so much that it takes from the other subgenres for it to just be an arena shooter. Like we understand arena fighters, but an arena shooter, I'm like, like I'm still like.
I think when you're calling it an arena shooter, it's talking about the PvP aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bare bones, an arena shooter is where you're placed on a little small map, and there's guns that spawn, and you have to fight each other. Like that's. Then there's the gun spawns, the different weapons in certain places. That's the bare bones of an arena shooter.
Gotcha. Well, it's not too many. Well, it's not too many of those out there.
I don't know how Warframe would be an arena shooter.
I kind of just think of it as the tactical.
I played Warframe like twice, and it just
matters.
looked like an arena shooter.
And then you have your arena shooters where your skill actually matters.
No, I don't think Warframe has any PvP. It has way too much PvE, I'll tell you that.
So you can battle people in the dojo.
In the dojo? A little small freaking intimate touch dicks area.
Whoa.
Tragic.
I don't see how PvP would work for a game like that. Cause
no, it doesn't.
You can get pretty fucking broken in Warframe.
That's exactly why they don't focus on it.
So what do y'all think some primary strength? What do you think the weakness is actually? Since we're all almost, besides Kyle, we're all TPS. What do you think are some of the weaknesses of third person?
It's the movement in general because I feel like in most third person shooters, probably The Last of Us 2 did really good at it, but it depends on how you build your game. So like if it's a looter shooter, it's kind of hard to make the movement really good because you're still trying to worry about how the game just holding up in general and all that stuff. So it's just it's always going to be its biggest weakness is going to be the movement. Something is going to be clunky. You're going to use different ways to shoot out of cover because sometimes the default way they teach you how to shoot out of cover is never really the good way. It's always get you killed, and most of the time. So you have to use some other tactic. But that's how I always looked at it. It was always the movement.
And he said camera position. Camera position can be kind of wonky.
Yeah.
Which is usually why they make you have like a side switch button to make you flip which way your character is facing. You can see different angles. Because when you start aiming in, it starts becoming an issue.
If a game doesn't have that, it becomes ass very quickly. Like I'm replaying through Mass Effect 1, and I have that issue where most of what I'm trying to shoot at is blocked by Shepard's big ass taking up 40% of the screen.
That is true, bro. They put you real close to his shoulder. He is literally taking up the entire left side of the screen.
Like, move, bro. I can't see through you. Goddamn.
And you just get pulled up on from the side.
Yeah.
And the low key, the freaking speed of you. Is it just me or is it just the speed of you like turning in general is like slower in third person?
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to like whip around and hit, because like you'll see somebody at the corner of the screen about to pull up from behind you, and you try to twitch around to see them, and it makes you do some wonky movement before you get smacked in the head.
I think it really depends on the game.
Like how do y'all feel about like in a Division?
In the Division? Division is dog shit.
Ooh.
Well, I'm just using that as one example. Like, how do y'all feel about like
you want to
Division?
talk about bad movement? You can talk about Division.
Dude, like,
don't get me wrong, I love Division 2, but boy.
You want to talk about a third-person game with good movement? Gears of War. That's
it's
nice cover.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I was gonna say like I think one of the weaknesses of third person is that cover to cover type of movement. As a person who grew up and playing a lot of third person shooters, that cover to cover shooting can get pretty fucking boring and stale a lot of the times. Like literally sitting in cover, waiting, aiming, You locked onto a target, go back into cover, sit there, watch, aim back up, and then go. Like that type of movement kind of creates a mad disconnect to the point where it's just nothing interesting is really happening. You just wait, shoot the head, wait, shoot the head, wait. And if you're playing any type of third-person shooter with like any type of good difficulty, you're gonna be there for a minute.
Yeah.
So that's gonna suck.
It's a problem in some games like Destiny. People would switch to like a sword or something that throws you in a third person for people that don't know.
Yeah.
And so you can see around corners when
That's a
regularly
strength.
in a first person shooter you're not supposed to be able to do that. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely one of the strengths.
Because in a first person shooter, if you can see your enemy, they can see you, and that's how it
pretty
should be in
good.
those type of games.
It is.
Yeah. But in third person, you can be doing all kinds of shenanigans with cover.
Dog, you can see over shit, around shit.
Like going back to like what is it, Gears? Like the crazy stuff you can do in Gears with that movement is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend in college that was super good at like Mass Effect 3, and he was showing me the goated tech of wall bouncing. I was like, what in the glitch?
Oh, you
like,
can wall bounce in Mass Effect 3?
not Mass Effect, what the frick?
Oh.
Gears.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gears 3, he was wall bouncing. I was like, dang. It's like, this game is...
wall bouncing.
So, there's a mechanic.
Run into a cover and you can freaking bounce.
It's like
off
if
the
you're
bitch real fast.
if you're moving to cover, like you do a little slide up to it, and
Right.
if you choose another piece of cover and slide up while you're doing the slide up, you animation cancel, and so you start bouncing around, sliding at the speed of light. It looks crazy.
It literally
in
like a
motion.
pinball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you so much harder to hit. And people would have freaking like shotgun battles using that tech. It was crazy. Pretty ugly
Yeah.
looking, but
I think at the 10,000 foot level, the your movement like of your body is probably better in a third person game, but like fine movements like aiming and stuff is better in first person. It's probably
Guaranteed, I believe that.
yeah.
That's 100%. That's the whole
Yeah.
purpose of it.
That's the reason first person.
Facts.
So,
yeah.
I better not play no first person game. That ain't
where the aiming is somehow worse.
Bro, I just looked at wall bouncing. That jump. How do you?
I know.
Bro,
My eyes hurt.
that bug is
gotta be
interesting.
You gotta be on
My
that
eyes
level,
hurt,
bro.
bro.
That bug is
Was
interesting,
freaking
dog.
shaking left and right so fast.
That's why they were using shotguns, because you couldn't spend too much time aiming. You just
Send it in the
bow,
chat real quick, Andrew.
Bro,
I
you
see it.
bow.
You can wall bounce an Apex? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Boy said what? Hold on, I'll put
But
it-
yeah,
I'll put it in
send that
general.
mug to me, AJ. Yeah, I want to see that mug. I ain't
Oh,
never heard
I
of
put
all.
Game Turtles freaking. Don't know why.
Golly, Gears is so satisfying. Jeez, just looking at these videos. Think back, man.
Gears was I kind of wish I never wanted to play it because it was an Xbox deal, and my young self was like, "Fuck Xbox, bro." And so
No joke, Sam.
Same.
No joke.
but
Sam.
but I always looked at Gears and I was like, this looks like a really well made game. And then I
Yeah.
saw like some of the things you could do in that game. I'm like, yo, this game is a little hardcore for me, man. I'm just trying to play my little Modern Warfare 2.
Bruh. I used to be that same freaking way about Xbox games, especially Gears, and even to an extent Halo, until I saw that trailer, that Mad World trailer for Gears.
Yeah, bro.
I don't. That junk got me hype. I said, I need to get Xbox.
Gears gave the 360 a smooth head start during that console.
Mad World. When that freaking spider came out the darkness, that big freaking monster.
There was nothing like it when it came out. It was all new ground. I love Gears of War. Shit. Hold on, I gotta download Gears of War. Y'all got me.
This guy.
Yo, nasty, yo.
I'd still play Uncharted, but
True.
I mean, if
But,
I'm
Gears of
playing
War is
TPS,
definitely right there.
if I'm playing a TPS, I'm probably just gonna play Rogue Company.
There you go. What? I was about to hype you up. Rogue Company.
I thought you liked Rogue Company, Tech.
I do, but out of all the third persons you could boot up in the years, you want to go to Rogue Company?
I mean, that's the one I can actually play, and it didn't cost money.
You gonna boot up Rogue Company when Fortnite exists? Come on, man.
Alright, boot up Rogue Company.
Tank said boot up Rogue Company.
Talking about shooters, nobody brought up Resident Evil. Bro, we've been talking about Resident Evil the whole time.
Go ahead.
That was one of the first examples.
So, the Resident Evil first person, okay.
That's freaking security cam third person.
Like the old games are third person, but it's a whack ass definite. It ain't over the shoulder.
It's that thing where you can't move.
Well, tank control. What was it? In the early, and you got over the shoulder with what's it called, with Resident Evil 4 and all the remakes, and then you got first person with 7 and Village. Low key, Resident Evil kind of got it all.
Except for good story.
It even has what's it called? It's even got arena shooter.
People love to shit on the tank controls of the older games, but I think that's better at, like, back in the Resident Evil games that had that. Those are more focused on the horror aspect of it.
Right.
So you're more. It's easier to control, like, keeping shit out of people's view with those camera angles.
I mean, the bad controls and the what's it called, the isometric. Is it isometric? I think it is called isometric. Isometric, like, positioning of the camera is literally what adds to the atmosphere of the game.
Bro, when that camera clips over to another.
I know, when there's a fucking zombie shambling down.
Bro.
Yo, hold on. Wait, I didn't see all this. Hold on.
Nah, bro. Or whenever you go, what's it called? You got Mr. X chasing you, bro, and then you go to that next screen and he's just posted up with his hat. You're like, what? Yeah. And you over here got this tank control, so you're over here trying to back up. Now you got to spin and then run.
Yeah, because those games were never focused on fucking 360 no scoping Mr. X in the face.
Hell no. Actually, it was highly against it. You waste bullets trying to kill half the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that about it. Put the survival and survival horror.
I guess you could say. Oh, my bad.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Oh. No, I guess you could say another weakness, but it should be a weakness. It's just I guess you could say the shooting in third person. I don't feel like it's strong, or just the aiming.
Yeah,
it's never gonna be as strong as it would be in a first person game.
That's definitely intentional.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It just depends on the
Especially
game.
the fact when you pick up a precision weapon specifically, it will automatically shift you to a first person view. Depending on what it is, like a sniper or something.
Like snipers and gears.
Like, you'll just immediately drop to first person because, lo and behold, it's easier to shoot.
Even in Halo, where you can't even aim the gun. Snipers, you can aim.
It does that in Division also. With Sniper, with the scopes, it automatically goes to a first person.
You said Division?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Marksman rifles.
The boy sounded like, man, if he said Division one more time, I'm like...
For real, let's talk about multiplication, bro.
Multiple. I hit him.
Got him.
I almost hit him to the Shadow Realm. But let's go into on the topic of, like, the aiming and stuff like that. Like, on this skill and difficulty, man. So what makes somebody good at a shooting game? Like what are the qualities?
Good shooting game
that makes them good at a shooting game. Like, what makes a player good at a shooting game in general?
If you're talking about tactical shooters, or you're talking back in the gap, or like Modern Warfare,
I'm talking general skills.
Even now, you gotta run good and you gotta shoot good. That's it. If you can run good and shoot good, you can be good.
Can you click the head, forehead? If you can click the head, God.
Now there's so many different ways to help people with bad aim, like drop shotting and jumping and fucking building a fort in Fortnite.
Hell yeah. Pulling up a 5-star hotel when somebody tries to shoot at me. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
5-star.
So how does one improve? Good aiming and strategy? Yeah. I would agree. Good aiming and strategy. Strat is good.
There's ways to do
It's
But-
to me, it's like League. Like making sure you are good is, I mean, that's gonna help obviously.
Yeah.
But when you can start thinking about how your teammates are positioned and what they're doing, I think that brings you to the next level.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what makes you to improving on shooting also too is practicing.
Yeah, true.
Nobody
Actually just like
But how exactly do you practice it? How do you actually improve the qualities? How are you going to actually see effective improvement in these same qualities of aiming and in strategy and running and stuff?
When it comes to shooting games, all you can do is practice. Like,
yeah.
Because I know.
But what's the right way to practice?
There's different There's different software and stuff you can download now that helps you for free. That helps you shoot. That helps your aiming with the mouse and keyboard.
It's dependent on the game, but also like there's tons of tools out there. Valorant is really good about it. There's a built-in shooting range where you can adjust like how the bots will move and stuff inside of it. Yeah, something like that.
And that stuff can carry over to multiple other shooters too, as far as like, okay, I need my sensitivity to this, I need my FOV.
You're gonna have to do research, like in Valorant and CS:GO. The bullet sprays are not randomized; they're always going to be the same. So if you learn how you need to control your gun, like the specific movements, that's just something that you're just gonna have to look up on like a YouTube video or something, and then
OSU
get down tag. Yeah, OSU helps. It's really good with training reaction time and making sure your mouse is where it needs to be.
Now, do these qualities carry to the other shooting games? Like if you have these qualities, can you? I got a question. What about shooters and consoles?
What about
it's true, because if you're playing exclusively on console, then you don't have access to stuff like OSU or the programs that you can download.
But you still have access to shooting ranges and things like that you can practice.
I'm gonna say in the
not everything has shooting ranges, because
it's kind of weird.
Even then, because here's the problem with shooting ranges. See, the problem with that is that it doesn't account for a good shooter player's movement, because it's kind of the same concept as like playing against bots on a fighting game, right? They're not gonna move the same way an actual player would. Like, they'll do different things or go for different stuff, right? It won't. Also, going against certain bots in shooting games, they will just outkill you because they're not going to miss, right? Versus a player who is more likely to at least have some error for room to outplay. Certain bots won't give you the room to outplay them.
Okay, so the differences. So now we're talking about the differences of like mouse and keyboard and then controller.
The aim mechanics on there and the way to practice. Because on PC, there's plenty of ways to practice and actually improve your aim. That's what we've basically agreed on. But for console, those same options aren't usually available.
Okay, so the options aren't available on console, right? But you got to understand, for mouse and keyboard, it's a lot harder to get into shooting games on mouse and keyboard to start off for a lot of people than it is to just hop on a controller and start shooting at people, because it's a lot more range of motion, and it's a lot harder to you have to worry about moving your entire arm to click on somebody now, instead of just wiggling your thumb over somebody's body and hitting R2. But even at that aspect, there's still a lot of games that set up practice for you. I mean, even though it's not as good as PC or mouse and keyboard, the learning, like the amount of practice that a mouse and keyboard person has to get used to is a lot more than a person on a controller. Yeah, so it's a lot harder to get that good.
Just by nature of people on console having things like aim assist, turn way the fuck up, bullet magnetism, things like that.
And then again, on mouse and keyboard, you have things like field of view, right? Which is the perk for people on PC. Like FOV and like in Warzone can be utilized so much on PC than on console. It's pretty insane. They can look at so many different things and see so much more than you. I think they now changed it, but folk can mess with a lot of settings to make their experience better, because they have such a hard time being to that level and learning the game.
Yeah, that's usually games that are crossplay like that let PC players play with console players. I've noticed they've always tries to, like, they'll have the FOV option for their console players. That's just straight up unfair. If a PC player can see more of the game than you can, it doesn't come down to gun skill or anything. That's just, he can see you and you can't, you know?
Yeah. And not to mention the fact that they're moving at a higher frame rate, so they're going to see better than you do. So, you know.
Don't stop sugarcoating it. If you playing that bug on the console, you are trash. That's what they say. PC.
It's almost
PC shooters.
It's almost like you have to practice two different ways. Because I think at the highest levels of both games, like on console, you're almost having to game the system by using the assists inside of it. Like, y'all know what drag scoping is? It's like where you flick across the screen so fast and just shoot as soon as you feel your like view being tugged by the aim assist, and that'll usually get you a headshot in some games. But PC has nothing like that, so that's actually working on your aim and things like that. So I don't. It's two separate things for me, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
So how?
I ain't never heard of nothing like that, boy. That's on play shooters.
Oh, I know about it. That's how I abuse getting headshots with freaking Hanzo and freaking Overwatch.
Damn, I thought you was just cold.
I mean, I still do the same thing on PC.
Oh, my life's
like I get headshots regardless of which freaking platform I'm on. I'm still cold.
I don't.
Like I'm gonna still hit that headshot, but that's just because I understand how to aim his arrows and stuff.
I ain't lying to you. I play fucking Torbjorn. Chill.
Like getting good at console. I feel there's more resources. There's definitely more resources to get good at aiming on PC than there are at console. But I think in general, console really just comes down to the game itself. I don't think
it has
like your aim matters, but I feel like to get good at a shooting game on console, you have to rely more on not only just the general strategy, but you have to rely more on the rest of your weapons. Like sometimes we'll play Rogue Company. You can really just pull up on somebody and just dome them if you're using like mouse and key. But if you're like on console, you kind of have to work around them, right? Using your abilities. Like I'm always the guy who runs controller while on PC. And I feel like the reason I can quote unquote outgun the guys that are actually using KBM is the fact that I know how to play the character specifically and the strategy better than these guys. Like these guys may have better aim, but I can find my shots better because I know how to move and I know how to outmaneuver.
You can utilize that sensitivity.
Yeah, like it's easier to do certain things. Like I feel like because it's keyboard and mouse, your aim just naturally has to be better. But on console, it's not as much about the aim. It's about the strategy of the game's aiming mechanics, right? Like we talked about the bullet magnetism, the aim assist. Heck, like in Destiny, you can put mods on your armor to make aim assist stronger, right? There's like
that.
Yeah, there it's called there's some, it's always like blank targeting. So like I had a mean setup with my bow, where my bow and hand cannon sometimes, where I would have hand cannon targeting, unflinching hand cannon reserves, and stuff like that, all on my armor, and it made it way harder to miss. Like I could more or less drag it along their head, like drag sloping, like Kyle was saying, and hit the head consistently because of these armor modulations, right? And you could get other ones, like it could be just like primary ammo or rifle, and the more specific it got, the stronger the aim assist and stuff was. So you really have to abuse the game itself in order to be better on console. Like I think it's aim over strategy when it comes to PC, and I think it's strategy over aim when it comes to console. But you need both in general to be better.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Now, in the same breath, what are like the general issues with shooting games? Like what?
They get old very quickly. Like basically, once you played every map in a game, every game is gonna kind of play out the same. You're controlling the same points, doing the same song and dance. To that same strength, though, what I like about shooting games is you kind of just don't have to think about them. You get into that flow state, and it's a lot more casual. That's why I think shooters are so popular as a genre, because you can just throw it on, and it's kind of the game that you're playing while you're chilling with your buddies. You know, you're not trying to necessarily. Well, I won't say that there are no sweaties in shooting games, but
that's where they originated.
Yeah. In general, it's kind of the genre to just kind of chill and shoot the shit with people on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Until you start facing sweaties.
Yeah.
Plenty of clans.
Which is inevitable
but games have
any competitive game.
Yeah. They do a good job of keeping those people in ranked. I mean, because you know what you're getting into when you pick ranked on the game menu.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very casual. That's a good strength of it. But flip side of that is it can get boring.
It can get boring.
The problem with shooting games is that unless that specific game has like some really, really like in-depth system, they're so similar across so so much. Like you've played one cover-based shooter, played them all.
Yep.
Played one first-person shooter, you've really played them all. They're so,
Especially the
so
Call of Duty
similar.
franchise.
It's they have to pull you in with like a whole bunch of extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why hero shooters are doing so well is because they actually try to be different. You know.
Yeah. Shout outs to Ro. I wanted him to be here because COD was going to be one of its own topics. Because he plays COD a lot. He's played every single COD quite a bit, and
I'm sorry.
Because I wanted to get a biased opinion on the differences in the CODs, like from his perspective of whether or not CODs actually change or are they pretty much the same game.
I feel like
because from
multiple CODs, right?
But not all of them.
They have to change because, like, I like Modern Warfare 2, but I don't like a single other Call of Duty. So something changed. The gunplay could change. So, I make the generalization like, you played this, you play them all, but there are certain things that you can latch onto that you enjoy, like maybe you really like the movement, like Advanced Warfare. I played Advanced Warfare 1 because my buddies or my roommates in college were playing it, but we didn't play like Deathmatch or whatever. We played it was the COD equivalent of Griff. I think it was called Uplink.
I remember that.
I think it was called Uplink in Advanced Warfare, and we played the mess out of that because the movement was like the thing of Advanced Warfare, and Uplink lets you do that. So I really like the movement, but it had nothing to do with the gunplay. I didn't go fuck about the gunplay.
Isn't it interesting that Advanced Warfare is looked back on as one of the worst Call of Duties because it did one of the most to like try to change up the formula?
There was something else that did that too.
Looked on as one of the worst ones. I don't know.
It is.
I've only played Modern Warfare 2 and Advanced.
No, dude. I love Advanced Warfare.
It's definitely considered one of the worst ones.
When you're talking to a general COD fan, they're like, "Why is Halo jumping in my Call of Duty? What the fuck?"
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that was pretty much why I was hating.
And all that stuff was so cool, but I only played Uplink. If I was like, trying to do precise aiming on these guys, like, in team deathmatch, yeah, I could see if you're not used to that type of game, then I'd just say, go play what's the one that is known for its movement? You get into big mechs and shit.
Titanfall.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Titanfall 2, more specifically.
That's a good game.
Titanfall was fire.
Fantastic game.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that too, Advanced Warfare being bad because the COD fans were like, it's trying too hard to be like Halo, which I honestly didn't care for Advanced Warfare either. Like, I thought it was kind of trash. But I'm a Black Ops kid, so.
Hey, high five.
Yeah.
I just appreciated that it was trying to do something different.
Yeah, do something, break away from the run around, shoot gun.
We'll see.
Which?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with them because, like you said, I think the last COD I played was Black Ops 2. I think so.
Wasn't too long ago.
But for the most part, Advanced Warfare is the one when they was like flying around almost and jumping off the wall and doing crazy stuff. I know Ro played that one a lot. I think he actually liked that one. I think he really liked that one. I'm not for sure. I have to ask him about that one again. But yeah, man, that was pretty cool that they was trying to actually, change it up, But COD people will still be COD, I don't know what to tell you.
It's so
crazy. Really like the game they're playing. It's like something at this point.
Even COD went towards the hero shooter side when Overwatch came out.
They did for a little bit.
No, they're doing it now.
Oh, they're doing it still?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big thing in in Modern Warfare, and then they're in Call of Duty Vanguard, if I understand correctly. It's
Gotcha.
So you got to get to pick characters
I
now.
think, yeah.
Yeah.
I played.
Well, like
that's when I got into it.
but
Right, heavy.
but multiple people can be the same class, kind of like Battlefront. It's not like a Overwatch where you try to build a team comp.
See, that's new. That's new to me because in the one I first played, I don't remember which one it was, but the Call of Duty they first did that in, you couldn't pick the same one.
Oh wait, Aaron, I think I know what you're talking about. What was that one? I think I remember. Was it pretty old or was it recent?
It's somewhat recent. It's like a few years old.
I played the mess out of. I hate to admit it, but I played the mess out of Call of Duty World at War. I was one of the Modern Warfare people. Modern Warfare 2, even played Modern Warfare 3. People still didn't like it as much as 2, but hey, you know, whatever.
I didn't like Modern Warfare 3.
I didn't like Modern Warfare 2.
I never sat there and played the game for the stories. I just played it for the shooty bang bang. So I played Black Ops 1.
Back then, when we were all on consoles, that's like all that we had, bro.
I didn't like Modern Warfare 2.
Like, Overwatch was the first console like game that tried to shoot it up or change it up.
Oh yeah,
that was a big change.
Shoot it up.
That was the hero shooter. Was like that,
dude.
Never saw it before. Like what?
When that Overwatch Overwatch beta launched, bro, that shit was magical.
Bro,
everybody was playing that shit.
The story of college, man. Me and that boy Shadow Falls. I went up to this dude. I said, "Hey, you trying to go to GameStop and try to get this Overwatch beta?" He said, "Oh yeah, I heard about that. I'm trying to get that." We went, got that mug, played literally the entire weekend. Literally the entire weekend.
So fun.
There's no hero shooter that did it as well as Overwatch did. I mean, there is Team Fortress 2, but like Overwatch just raised the bar.
Yeah, pre-nerf McCree, bro.
Shut up.
Or Cole Cassidy, as he's known now.
Shut up. I hate that kid.
I was a big hater on Overwatch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a big hater on Overwatch. I was like, who's really playing this freaking porn game?
What the fuck?
The porn was more popular than the game itself, bro.
Widowmaker and Tracer.
Only a couple years at launch. The initial at launch the game itself. I actually, you know what's funny about it? Like, you know,
me too.
Kind of, give context. I've put the last I checked, the PS4 version of the game, which I haven't touched. I don't even know how long. Was 800 hours in Overwatch.
God,
that was the last time I checked on the PlayStation 4 version years ago. I don't know what it is now. It's probably easily over 1,000 hours between both. Whenever I first heard of Overwatch, I actually wrote it off immediately because I write off every first person, or I used to write off every first person shooter because whenever I was a kid, or when I was like, in high school, just coming up, I didn't like a single first person shooter besides Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 is the only exception. I hated all of them off principle. I'm like, I want a third person shooter. I want to be able to see my character. I hate all first person shooters. And it wasn't until, ironically, his name was AJ2. But,
Small world.
All right. Yeah, he was like, no, Overwatch isn't like that, man. Like, you got to check it out. It's actually really cool. I was like, all right, fine, I'll check it out. So I actually watched somebody stream it. I was like, wait a second. That nigga Lucio cold as hell. That's really, Lucio really sold the game for me, man. Like, honestly. And so then, that's when Turtle came over and was like, hey, man, the betas right now, all we got to do is go pre-order the game. I'm like, that's it? All right.
So
and the rest is history, baby.
And then...
let's break it down.
Here I am 1,000 hours later.
Big.
Now playing it on PC.
Y'all remember how trash Widowmaker was on console? she broke the game on PC.
Heck yeah.
That's because PC is you can aim a lot better. You can click the head.
I remember Scattershot. Yep, good times.
Well, shut up. Friggin' hate Scattershot.
I love Scattershot.
Remember how we're so bad on console? They have to nerf Torbjorn and Symmetra.
Oh my god.
Literally, Torbjorn and Symmetra are two different characters with two different stats, two different sets of stats between PC and console, or at least it used to be. I think they changed that a while ago. But
all I remember is McCree used to be able to fan fire a fucking Ryan.
Oh my god!
Fan the hammer. Ryan is dead.
He could literally double fan the hammer any tank and just decimate them.
Yeah, that was honestly that needed to be changed.
He was a tank killer, bro. I was like,
damn fun in the
please.
beta. Jesus.
Was that the one where he stunned and then he just and they just died?
You literally couldn't do anything about it.
That's
all you're a tank.
No matter who you are.
You got erased, dog. Like, he used to be so broken.
That was so. I remember that too. I was like, why is he rolling up on me, killing
May
me?
used to be able to. Not May. Diva used to be able to kill herself.
Oh yeah,
I want that ability.
Facts.
No, her what? Wait. We're not just. You know what?
Yeah. Junkrat needs to take damage from his everything again.
Bruh, back when
Reaper used to have to pick up orbs.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
Reaper didn't have lifesteal, bruh. Come on.
Good times, better times.
Two good times. I love it.
Wall riding with Lucio was actually difficult. Like you had to practice that jump. Man.
Oh yeah, I could do that in my sleep.
But it was a lot of you had the quality of life changes of it.
Back when you could pick 6 Harambe and just win every game.
Oh my god!
Bro,
you could just pick whoever.
I still have videos uploaded of. It's literally called. Like it's on my it's not on the YouTube channel that I use now, but it's on my Colorado one. It's called Monkey Business, and there's 5. And I have 2 of them. It's 5 Winstons and me on Lucio.
Let's go.
Oh man.
Or you used to have the trolls who would go 4 Reinhardts and post up on the payload.
Yeah, I'm glad they made that change as well.
Speaking of change,
2 McCrees used to be meta, bruh.
Speaking of change, what changes do you think shooting games need to start making to be more interesting?
More RPG elements.
They just need to have actual interesting mechanics.
They already got RPG on them.
Yeah, it's just. There's only so much you can do with the gunplay, in my opinion. Like you just have to have something outside of it that is actually fun, interactive, and has some depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think we need the next big thing.
Yeah,
I think we're as far as shooters go. First off, shooters ain't what they used to be. Now shooters now are trend chasing. It's always what FPS BR can we make? What's the next FPS looter shooter that isn't as good as Destiny or Borderlands or like what's the next big thing? So for FPS companies are trend chasing right now. We need the next big thing. I don't know what that next big thing is. I mean, I think we should move from BR, but that's another topic.
Yeah. Kind of tapped out as far as just the nature of the genre. I think Destiny is a step in the right direction. Being able to have a PvE element and the PvP, but it just needs to be more refined. I don't know off the top of my head what they could add to just make the game better.
Destiny was one of the games that was like a big budget dump into something that like they can actually focus on making really good.
If somebody is able to actually make what Destiny was advertised as, like a big ass MMO shooter,
Oh my god!
I think that would be crazy. But I don't know if we're there yet as far as our technology.
Speaking, go ahead, Ryan.
More, like I said, more RPG elements. You're gonna have to start small.
Nah,
Just go
F
from there.
that.
Just
We
keep
got
expanding.
Borderlands.
Got 'em.
We got Borderlands. We got Mass Effect, really.
We're starting to move to the space type of thing, the outer space galaxy type FPS. It
Oh, we've been
seems.
there.
Well, where more people are trying to do it. We got that. What's that new game coming out? I don't know the name, whatever that wannabe Destiny game is for Xbox, but
Nasty.
we're moving to that. Or maybe, you know what, bro?
Bro,
'Cause
I
we
remember
got-
when they're playing around with what like concepts for Battlefield or Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 3, and they're saying you'd be able to be boots on the ground, shooting people, and then get in your ship, fly up into space, and be having a space battle at the same, like all in the same game.
Jesus
I thought that
Christ.
was
Why?
That's gonna take
Yeah.
out a strong ass console or
Okay.
computer.
How do you balance that? All right, well, we're gonna not have like five people suicide bomb
wait,
into the freaking.
Goodbye.
Bro, facts.
Wait, if it can be done, but they have to start small. I feel like if they did a game like that, it would have to be like arena shooter first, like straight, like I don't know, like start small, make it like a first person, and I mean not first person, one player, and then build up slowly. Cause you just can't jump into nothing like that and just be like, all right, it's online,
I think we
have
can.
fun.
I think,
Shoot.
bro. Oh, you remember old Battlefront 2, Galaxy
I-
Quest,
Yeah.
bro? Like I think
Yeah,
we
but
could
on
get
the
it somewhat
ground, you
close
had
to
people
that.
in like freaking like motorized bikes. People
You
were
have
flying in
people
the air.
Bruh. And you can like get out of that, go straight to space immediately after.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, that was like, they're trying to do 20 on 20, not like, they trying to make this much. I know
Yes,
they're
bro.
gonna try
You need
to.
some thousand.
They need.
1,000.
Oh hell!
Yeah, you can't. You can't. You gotta. That mug gotta start off like 8 on 8 or 10 on 10 or something. You just can't. Cause they're gonna start off 20 on 20, and that mug gonna be so dumb. You gonna go into outer
That'd be
space, and
hilarious.
you just gonna blow up
Bruh.
trying to get there.
Imagine your team's fighting on the ground, and you just look at two shoes up there in space, munching Doritos, watching everybody else below him fight. That'd be the stupidest.
Bro, that's the future.
We need help, and he's floating in space in a cruiser.
I see.
I think if they can make VR more marketable, that could also be the future of shooting games. 'Cause I've played some, like I played Half-Life Alyx. That shit is crazy, y'all. It is insane.
I see.
I just want to bring up the fact that y'all remember when that was like that was something that COD wanted to go back to, like, oh, we're going back to boots on the ground type combat. No more flying around, and no boots on the ground. If you look at any description way back in the gap for COD, they were like, we're going back to boots on the ground. It's boots on the ground combat.
Yeah, that was like 10 games ago.
Yeah, wasn't that back in
The last
when did
game.
we first talk about that?
It was like after Advanced Warfare and like all the
Yeah, I think it was literally after Advanced Warfare, and then
there was Infinite Warfare.
last the wasn't it or was it Modern Warfare that went back?
Yeah,
I think it was Modern Warfare.
The remake of Modern Warfare that went back. Yeah,
I played the fuck out of Black Ops 3. I played too much of Black Ops 3.
dude, nobody's got a bad thing to say about the Black Ops. They're all solid ass games.
I have issues with Black Ops 3.
Damn.
What is that?
I got issues with Black Ops 3, mild ones,
issues.
but not significant ones. I just prefer Black Ops 1. It didn't have my guns. That's the only issue I had.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Hey, first off,
Black Ops. Black
All I
Ops.
needed was a scar and a FAMAS, and I was happy.
Hey, bro, put any gun in my hand, I will murk in Black Ops 3.
I'm sure you will.
Oh yeah, I will fuck you up in Black Ops 3.
Come see me in Black Ops 1.
Let me download it.
That buck hella old. But yeah, man, if they was to do something from the future, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. But you gotta, for those games, VR especially too, you just gotta start off small. Don't lie and be like, oh yeah, man, it's gonna be 20 on 20, 50 on 50 combat. You can go out in the outer space.
Oh, you talking about some Battlefield ish.
Yeah,
Battlefield.
Hey, Battlefield, bro. They work.
I'm gonna buy one of these Battlefields.
I don't understand how they do that. I've played a lot of the Battlefields, and it looks like the most epic thing in the world, but somehow playing it, you got 3 games tops, and it gets stale.
Yeah, it does.
So fucking big. There's just like not shit happening in big chunks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. People still play Battlefield hard too.
People have there are
Hardline?
like big the people do play Hardline. There are big numbers on all of the Battlefields. That's why I'm constantly considering getting one of the older ones that are like $10 because it's because like the maps are super huge and it's sometimes pretty hard to actually get into some action. But the moments where you do get in a big ass, like 8 people are in the same room, 8 on 8, y'all are all just shooting, meleeing, randomly chunking grenades and just trying to like deck each other, like that is just fun. Like that is just fun. Or even just BSing in a plane with somebody.
I think the vast majority, for the larger community of Battlefield, they like the interactivity of everything in the world. Right? They try to make like the next big clip, right? Of like blowing up a tank. What's that freaking clip of these dudes in a tank shooting a helicopter out the sky, like in midair or some shit? Like,
Yeah. That sounds like.
yeah, they try to shoot for stuff like that. I don't know, dog. That the boots on the ground combat is just kind of like.
For every one of those moments Turtle was talking about, there's like 3 walking 4 miles just to get blacked by the
He's right. You will just get randomly shot at by something. You're like, oh snap, it's a tank, run!
I remember Donkey's video. He's like, "Welcome to Battlefield," and he dies 2 feet. Moment of spawn.
Welcome to Battlefield.
Welcome to Battlefield.
Oh, I died again. Welcome to the. What the fuck is a tank?
All right, guys. I've survived for about 2 minutes now. It's time to play the.
But
Back to the future of FPSs, bro. I really thought Cyberpunk was gonna be it. Y'all know how that turned out.
I blame the community for that.
Facts.
Bro, they overhyped the shit out of that game.
They overhyped
They
and
made it
forced
into
them to
something
come out.
that it literally could not become. Straight up.
I blame the folk who were sending death threats to the freaking developer group about not releasing the game and delaying it to make sure it actually works.
Right.
I blame those people.
And then whenever it released, they're like, wait a minute, the game don't work. Yeah, that's why they delayed it, idiot.
Bro, come on.
Yep. I thought I was gonna be living a second life on that hoe, bro.
Low key. I wish I could have refunded it.
Yep.
Crazy.
I dropped $60 fucking on that thing.
What's crazy is it was I never understood why it was so hyped, because I'm like, bro, they are not showing this game. Like, we've seen nothing. Like, years have gone by and we have literally seen nothing. Yet we saw Kenny Reeves. Yeah, we saw him talking.
Wait, who?
We didn't see no I don't know, whatever his name is.
Keanu Reeves.
That boy
Keanu
Kenny
Reeves,
boy.
He said Keanu.
Kenny Reeves.
I say Keanu. Yeah, you don't know about Keanu Reeves, bro? That's the Keanu scapegoat.
All right, first one.
Kenny Reeves. Keanu
that's
Reeves.
the-
Less significant.
Yeah, that's the backup dancer. Anyway, moving on.
Well, everybody thought like after everybody had sucked the soul out of the Witcher 3's dick, the game couldn't.
What game couldn't fail? Witcher 3?
He's not lying.
He's not lying.
Cyberpunk. Everybody would had a
Everybody was
mean
like,
hard
this
on
is
for
the best
Witcher.
game since sliced bread. I have to get there next game.
No.
Sliced bread was a big deal.
The game that didn't work for Witcher 3.
Dang.
They had to
Yeah,
patch
I
that
think
shit
so.
multiple times.
I was gonna say, if I'm correct, Witcher 3 came out pretty. You know,
Witcher 3 was the first one in the Witcher series.
Got him.
I was gonna say, if I'm correct,
Probably
that's one
something
came out lopsided.
But okay, let's get into the. Let's go back to something that was touched on a little bit earlier. The pay to win aspect can these shooting games be truly pay to win?
All right. You said what?
I don't think any game should be pay to win.
I said, are these?
Oh,
All right.
Destiny,
He's pay to win now.
Destiny is yes,
Hmm.
straight up.
Battlefront 2, I'm sorry. Star Wars.
Any game that has a component that's like unlocked this early, like I think you can do it on some of the Call of Duties. You can pay for levels. and
Oh
shit.
man, the Advanced Warfare, you can do that.
I
Black
would
Ops.
honestly,
Good. I do remember doing that for like a couple of second accounts or something.
I would say in a roundabout way that's kind of pay to win. If you're gonna have something before anybody else does, and you can just fucking steamroll them with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's cards in Battlefront 2 where they'll give you a free dub.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Destiny, as it stands right now, Destiny is probably the most egregious instance I've seen of it because it is. You can't get those guns if you don't buy the $30 anniversary pack or whatever.
That's trash.
There's literally no way.
And ain't they
That
taking
is the
stuff out?
problem of putting that kind of content behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Mm.
And even
Division
then,
don't do that though.
Hey yo,
Hey, roll.
and even then still on the roundabout pay to win ish standard on top of just the in general deal of looter shooters, right? I didn't have this listed, but do y'all think all the special weapons should be obtainable in a specific way, or do you think it's okay for some of them to be randomly dropped?
What do you mean? You talking about the exotics?
What are you talking about in the case of Destiny?
Mostly Destiny. Destiny is really the best example, but in some cases there and other looter shooters it's the same way. You kind of just have to hope it randomly drops by beating a certain thing.
No, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I'd rather do that.
I understand why some guns have to be random drops just to keep people playing the game.
Right.
But ideally,
I follow that. Keep
I
going.
would like it to move more to like a guarantee because you could.
Houston,
The way,
come on,
the way random chance works, you could never get a god roll.
Ass.
Houston, come on now. We played Division. Come on now.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm just
You
saying.
kind of lose the whole purpose
Division?
of it being a looter shooter if it's like super. I don't know. I think within reason, I think the random aspect of it dropping adds to it. Like, because if you were just like, oh, I just got to go do this and I get this, cool. If I just got to do this and I get this, cool. There's no hype behind that. Like, you know how many times do we have to run that raid in Destiny to get some of that stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, honestly,
or at least
it's not
I had
like
to.
that.
I already had the shit, but you know, I
It's
had
not that easy though to get the mugs. It's not like I just got to open this one chest and it just pops up. No, you gotta do multiple things.
You gotta go to the same god awful dog shit mission in Division that you've done 5 times already in the past
Facts.
3 days.
but you got to do it in a certain order.
For Division, I think the numbers, Division's drop numbers are freaking terrible.
Yeah,
but like that's why I said I led with the modifier within reason. You know, if you
got to have your drop rates tuned to be
you know, to where I think
the average
running a mission like 3 to 4, maybe even 5 times, I think should be acceptable. Whenever, you know, sometimes we are running that junk in Division, we going up freaking. We win a whole summit.
See, but
I kid you.
Here's how they counter that. Here's how they counter that, though. They increase the drop rate, the harder the difficulty.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe they should start having more times of like, all right, if you do it on this is drop rate weekend and go here, and now the drop rate for this such piece of gear is like 5% higher.
Mm-hmm.
Or depending on the difficulty or the rarity of the gun, right? So you don't want you don't want everything in the game to be like a 75% drop now. Like, yeah, that's just...
I like how Destiny does it. And the newer raids, if you don't have the raid specific exotic, it keeps on upping your chance every time you don't get it. To eventually it'll be like a fucking, you got a 50%.
Is that new?
Shot. No, I'm pretty sure that's on the Eyes of Tomorrow raid on.
So that's Destiny 2 specifically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because that show as hell wasn't in freaking Destiny 1.
No, hell.
Shout out.
Like, bro. Cause the reason I brought that up is because it really helps if you manage to have a group of friends to do stuff like raids and all that with, because then it's okay, right? Because the raids were made for Destiny especially, and I think they were also made the same for Division 2 the same way. It was made for you to be able to get some guys together and play the raid, right? They don't want you randoming, so to speak, because these raids are supposed to be challenging and difficult to the point where you need communication to do it effectively. But you had those moments, tons of moments, especially in like Destiny, where some of the best weapons were random drops. We're looking at like the two, like anybody that played enough Destiny 1 at launch all the way up to like Dark Below knows that the two best weapons, honestly, the two required weapons, like this is how you got to LFG. Like you went to LFG to get people, nobody would take you unless you had either Icebreaker or Gallahorn. You needed one or the other or both. If you didn't have either one, they would not accept you. You would basically get kicked immediately, because they wanted you to have those specific weapons, and you got this sense of exclusivity off of two very powerful PvE weapons that were random drops. There was no way to definitively get these super strong weapons, and yet they were also gatekeepers of being able to squat up. And I'm pretty sure if I were to put my hours against everybody in my friend group, I have more hours than I could probably double over the highest person's hours for Destiny 1. And I still never got a Gallahorn drop or an Icebreaker. I definitely have.
No, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Whose hours matching to mine?
Destiny 1?
Destiny 1? Yes.
Me.
Yeah, you haven't played as much as I have. I can almost guarantee that.
I can guarantee that, dude.
I can guarantee that.
I can guarantee that.
I played literally from launch to the end of Destiny 1. Like, every day.
Yep.
Every single day. And still never got Gallahorn drop. Still never got Ice Scraper drop.
I didn't get either one of those weapons either.
I got, you know when I got Gallahorn? After it got nerfed, after Xur sold it.
Damn.
That's when I got it. Xur sold it once the week before they were like, Gjallarhorn's getting nerfed. And then I got Icebreaker after doing an old raid as my reward from a chest. And it was like back when that weapon was like literally no longer relevant. And the issue is that these random drops that I feel if the weapon is popular, I feel like at least the devs should give more chances to the players to get it, right? Or at least build a quest or something around that weapon so people aren't straight up getting shut out of raids because they don't have a random drop weapon.
I think what they need to do is, like, you know how they have, like, old exotics you can buy with the currency you get from beating the raids?
Mm-hmm.
Just have that for the current raid weapon. So, like, if you beat it 10 times, say, you'll have enough currency if you haven't spent it to just buy the weapon. I think that'd be a good compromise. I mean, damn, you played the shit how many times?
Yeah. I think, they put it to where you get the currency if you don't spend it. Be like, all right, man, you ain't got this thing to drop after 10 times running this raid. All right, you know what? We got you. Here you go. You go, buddy. Go buy it.
I kid you not. It took me 2 weeks to get a dang on gloves.
Yes.
And Division is the worst. It's absolutely the worst. Like,
it's bad.
Bro, y'all doing that for some gloves?
I've been going after these gloves for literally a month straight, playing my single day. I'm like, what happened?
What? I heard dick.
Panda?
Got it.
I know that makes you excited, Kyle.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Did these gloves have like a perk on them or something? Like,
yeah, they was exotic gloves.
Trash.
Yeah, but
Bro, they got it bad over in Division, Turtle. I think we should stay away from that game.
You right. You see, I haven't bought that bit.
Right, man. I got to waste my motherfucking time playing that goddamn motherfucking trash ass motherfucking game.
Yeah, talk to him.
That mug is they changing something on it this month. It's like a whole new overhaul on the specialized weapons and the classes. So that mug about to get switched up. So that mug about to feel like a brand new game, fam. I'm about to hop on that mug soon.
Like a stay alive.
Hey man, I don't talk about your stale last games.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
I do talk about Street Fighter. I talk bad about Street Fighter. Be playing that mug.
Hey, just because you bad.
Oh.
I don't care, but that game's still bad. Shit.
No.
Hey, bro, just because you bad at it don't mean it's bad.
Got him, talk to him. Ugly at it. Okay. But, yeah, I like when there's, like, a huge quest for weapons. Like the, what is it, Black Spindle? Like in in Destiny 1? That shit was tough to get, bro. If your squad wasn't on point, you were failing. Like, there was a whole secret quest to that, and then to get the Destiny 2 version of that weapon, there was a whole freaking, there was a big-ass jumping puzzle. Like, a big-ass jumping puzzle for that weapon.
Bro, I remember doing the jumping puzzles to get places or to advance, man. Those were... Especially with that shit. Trying to do that shit as a fucking warlock, man. That shit was tough.
Bruh.
That shit was tough.
The one time the hunters
jump was so bad.
The one time the hunters really shine, since everybody else could apparently do everything better. The bones of EO. Give me 4 jumps. Thank you.
Let's be real. Titans got everything.
Yes.
Facts. Yeah, someone on the devs were like, yeah.
Yes, bro.
Son, sucking the Titans' dick.
I had a conversation with somebody at work. He was like, which class, unbiased, do you think Budgie likes the most? Titan? It's like, come on, man, you know it's such a... No. Like, I was like, man, come back to me when Hunters get an exotic that has literally every other class's ability.
Come on, yo.
Twilight Garrison, I can take the Hunter's dodge. What?
Huh?
In the air? Brother? Wait!
Jeez, dog.
Oh, man. Titans.
I'm out here just playing a Warlock trying to throw a freaking Void Bomb. That's all I wanted to do.
Facts.
That's all they wanted, bro.
That's all I wanted. Now I got to deal with this freaking whack-ass freaking hover. I tried to jump up to a platform. I have to just watch myself hit it and bounce off and just slowly
to death.
just sit slowly to my death.
You just...
I can't, man. I can't tell you the number of jumping puzzles that I had to restart because of that whack jump.
Bro, jumping puzzles were so much fun, bro. They could be so lit, though. That's probably the best part of this thing for me was jumping puzzles, honestly. But we're getting close to wrapping this one up, so let's move on to our final major category: the best shooter games. So first, what do y'all think is the best one for beginners?
The best one for beginners?
Pick a card.
Pick a
Probably
card.
like
Any
me,
card.
like me, follow my Twitch. No, I'm playing.
Hey,
What the
not
fuck?
for real though.
Hey, for real.
See, it'd probably be Overwatch.
I'm not even gonna
Okay.
put them in a multiplayer game.
I can't do
Dude.
it.
If you got a Nintendo Switch, Splatoon is really good at introducing you to a lot of the mechanics in shooting games. Through the story mode.
Do you agree, Shadowfalls?
About Splatoon?
Yeah.
Like the whole campaign is basically
I'd say so.
Yeah, it's-
Because the campaign is essentially the game's tutorial. So, yeah, I'd agree. It does a really good job at introducing you to the shooter genre.
Now, if you don't have a Switch,
you don't have a Switch.
That's it. Pick a card. Any card.
Yeah, there's a lot of good free-to-play shooters out there, like Counter-Strike, Fortnite.
you would suggest CS:GO to a beginner?
I mean, if you just want to get into it and not have to spend any money and there's kind of no stakes in it.
Ew.
But
If I
Halo is also free, the newest one, Halo Infinite.
That's actually not bad. I was gonna say I would give any beginner CS:GO. That's a good way to make them quit.
It depends on what kind of shooter you want, really. I don't know.
You can play Borderlands. It's pretty easy.
If you're
Pretty
just
fun.
trying to, yeah,
You can
just want to
play,
introduce them to the genre, I'd say Halo is kind of the least offending game out of all of them, and it's free.
It is free. Right there.
play any of the Call of Duty single player.
But in that same boat, you could just play a BR.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put my worst enemy in a battle royale.
I was about to say Fortnite is a completely different game.
It is.
than any other shooter.
Me, among other people, quit that game as soon as we shot somebody and they built a house on us.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you ain't living in a 5-star hotel, you get shot at.
Now, for experts, like if you're trying to get bathtub levels of sweat,
Escape from Tarkov.
Escape from Tarkov, yup.
that's
CS:GO, Valorant.
Yep.
Yeah.
You wanna know what everybody sweats at. Escape from Tarkov. There is no casual play in that game. You need to try
nasty.
everything. You need to monitor. You take a bullet to the fingers. You need to wrap that junk because it's gonna bleed.
Overwatch, Rainbow Six, any game with like a
Rainbow Six.
competitive.
Rainbow Six is definitely what I would say.
Rainbow
Like, you
Six
try to
is-
try extra hard, play Rainbow.
Yeah. One thing
Rainbow
about
or
those kind of
CS:GO?
games, though, like it's not a problem in Overwatch because the heroes are free to everybody. But in Rainbow Six, you're gonna start off with like what, 5 attackers and defenders,
Yeah, I think so.
and they're all like the most basic.
And some of the most OP ones you have to actually buy.
Yeah,
So you're saying Rainbow Six is pay to win? I got you.
got them
Okay.
somewhat.
But to be fair, some of the base heroes are actually some of the strongest still. Like Blitz is really good, and he's a base hero.
It's pay to win in the same way that a game like League is pay to win. Like, you can grind this shit out. It's just gonna take a while.
Yeah, that is very true.
I was just
Hey, shoot, you okay?
My roommate and some of his friends tried to, they weren't pro, but they were trying.
They played the rank mode.
They were trying to be like academy level. Super high rank and all that shit.
You get shot twice, dead. Bye. And you will get shot through a hole in the wall. I promise.
Yeah, bro. The strats. They would discuss. I'm like,
saying, bro.
Make a noise. I dare you. Step. Ceiling. Gone.
Level rainbow. I don't even see how that's fun, bro. You're getting sniped from 1 pixel in a fucking floor from 4 miles away.
This is not
God.
Cool.
Most fun.
I would say one of the most fun.
Fortnite. Like me up.
I'm about to send him to the shadow realm.
I'm gonna be honest. Most fun and something you can play with your friends. I'm gonna still say Overwatch.
I would also say Overwatch.
I only have, I only said earlier I have, close to 1,000 hours in the game. I'd say it's the game I had the most fun with. Shooter I had the most fun with.
Are you sure?
Overwatch has really.
I only played that game a little bit.
A little bit, no.
A little bit.
Overwatch got some really high highs, but it feels pretty bad when you're losing in a game of Overwatch.
It does.
It's true.
I'd say like one of the games. It'd be one of the games that you can just chill, like maybe Halo or Call of Duty.
It feels bad, but if you lose, it's over quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
True, boy. You can get mollywop, dog walk in 5 minutes, boy.
Yeah, you can get rolled, but you into that next one, bro. Just got fucking cracked.
It's one of those games where you can play your absolute best. But,
What?
Yeah,
What?
No, AJ was explaining the addiction of Overwatch. You lost so fast. Oh, I could play another one. Or you won so fast. Oh, we can get another one in. And you just keep going until, dang, it's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Pot shot.
Yeah. It's just one of those games where you can play to the absolute best of your ability, but get drugged down by your healer that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, or your tank,
Yeah.
True.
And that feels pretty bad.
This feels pretty bad. Back when there wasn't like forced roles where there had to be 2 attackers, had to be 2 tanks, and had to be 2 healers. Terrible. Because ninjas would just straight up not pick a healer. Man, really bad times.
6 DPS, bro.
Bad times.
But dude, when the whole squad is on it,
you're on it.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. Or like Destiny in a raid when all 6 people are coming together to do a raid mechanic.
Destiny raids are fun.
That shit is untouchable, bro.
But best solo shooter or best shooter to play solo.
Fortnite, light me up.
Shut up.
Stop.
Oh, man.
I honestly think I find Destiny insanely fun solo.
Man, do I just not agree with you?
I find it. I spent so much time playing Destiny 1 by myself with Grave Robin. Shout outs. I put so much time into that game just cause it was just like, this is just fun. I'm just gonna chill on this.
And that was like my stipulation of playing this game is that I will not play this solo. I will not. I refuse. One of you motherfuckers better get on this game. To play with.
Yeah, it depends on what you're like. If you're trying to get shit done, you're obviously gonna go faster as a solo player. But like playing the PvP, I wouldn't want to do that by myself.
I'm gonna go Doom.
Oh,
play a video game to play a video game.
That's a good game.
Solo, Doom.
Borderlands.
Yeah, but there's a hard grind to it that a lot of folk might not want to go into. A lot of getting the same guns over and over, although funny, but
I literally don't have an answer to this question. I don't find a shooting game solo.
I mean, you played Overwatch solo for about 800 hours.
God damn, I did. But I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not the way the game currently is.
Raha, what you got, son?
Shoot, you know the game I played the most of. Mine is Boss as Hell.
Oh, freaking Left 4 Dead.
Oh, nasty. I forgot about that one.
I thought
You say that too.
Division.
Oh yeah,
No, it's
Division.
always Division 2.
Oh, no.
I hit him.
Why?
Hit him. He likes suffering. Masochistic.
I like
Division 2
I like
solo,
suffering.
bro.
I don't know why
Bruh.
you would believe that, since you yourself get angry at everything. I get angry at in Division.
But I played it. I still play it. That's the bad part about it. I don't even know why I play that bug. I just
Speaking of playing together. Speaking of playing together, best shooter game to play with friends or co-op.
Overwatch.
It's really not even close. I was gonna say some to Battle Royale, but then I said it's a Battle Royale. I mean, you also have Rainbow Six, but that game can get mad sweaty out of nowhere. Like,
Well,
Overwatch.
Rainbow Six is
Overwatch.
fun. Overwatch is almost decidedly the most fun, but
Not
Rainbow
only
Six
that-
can be so. It is so clutch when you're hyping up your last dude and he's going to be like, "No, he's right there. He's right behind you." Bow. We get hype when Tanner stays behind and just doesn't do shit.
Oh man, I've been thinking about bringing up Tanner and all
the game.
But
I gotta talk about my
Overwatch,
digit.
Overwatch is casual fun. You can really
Yeah.
play that game casually and still find dubs. Not every time, but you will get those vegetable players. But you know,
I like rating on Destiny. That shit is
Rating on Destiny is very fun.
Man, I'd say the raids were fun. I'd say they were fun.
one raid I
Lord.
did.
Good lord, were they long? Stayed up so many hours.
Yeah,
I know, bro, but you were doing it.
yeah.
If it wasn't worth it, you would have been just like, "Fuck this," and got off.
Facts.
I'm gonna tell. Well, it would. Yeah, it was easy. Shit, Turtle knows what I did with Nickelodeon All Star Brawl.
Hell yeah. He tried to refund it.
Neither one of you motherfuckers are gonna.
That is
bring
the only.
I wanted to refund it too.
That is the only game to this day where I was like, "There's gotta be a way to get my money back."
Oh man. Oh
Bro, did y'all
man.
pay full price for that shit?
I sure
Yeah.
did. Got all my money back.
No.
Got
There you
all
go.
of it.
No, hey,
I got all my money back. Told Steve, hell no.
man, fuck it. I'll do an honorable mention of Division 2.
Man,
That game
game
is
is
so stale. But
bro, I'm gonna tell you what, man.
if you want, go ahead.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Take, go ahead.
If you want a good game to just have in the background to just sit and shoot a bunch of faceless enemies and just go on autopilot, that's probably
play
one of the top
Destiny.
games.
Division 2 is my card. I just be in that mug just
Division
chilling.
2,
just
you go
chilling.
in the summit, you can literally become a
See-
freaking vegetable, bro.
Aaron, you said Destiny?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
how I
see,
play Destiny.
That's how I used to play Destiny too, but it's just so much cooler things to look at. On Division, there's nothing cool to look at, bro. So it all just turns into a big pile of gray and bullets. So
Nasty.
I'm just shooting and talking and can literally make full stories and conversations because I don't know what my hands are doing. But it's shooting
Bruh.
and I'm looting.
Bro, Division 2, you could for real just have a whole conversation about something else while you're shooting. This is like,
And
That
I'm
mug is
telling you,
crazy.
man, Division 2, bro, if I ever need to fall asleep, Like,
That's the game.
I remember, bro.
I
The first mission, all I hear is yawning from his mic. That's all I hear.
That ninja take one day. They were trying to figure out what to play. He said, "Hey AJ, you want to go to sleep? Let's hop on Division."
Bro, it knocks me out, dog. Like I instantly find how tired I am as soon as we play Division. I'm like, damn, I could fall asleep right here in my chair.
That's how I farm in that game.
By falling asleep?
I need a gun? No, if I need a gun, turn on some music or turn on like a podcast or something
and go to sleep
and just watch it and just listen. And next thing I know, I've been doing the same mission for the past 4 hours. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, turn on.
And I still haven't got my gun.
I bet you turn on them technical talks like you guys should too.
Shots out.
There you go.
But best shooter that's free.
Fortnite, light me up.
See, this time it's actually not cap, because that is probably the single biggest free shooting game in the world right now.
I thought it was Warzone.
Sit down, Chloe.
Is it Warzone?
Pretty sure it is, isn't it?
Bigger than
Warzone got that new map now, so probably.
Shoot, I would probably say
I don't know.
Fortnite still.
I was about to say, I don't know that Fortnite ever comes out with their numbers, but it's huge.
Fortnite took out Paragon, so
And
I'm
Fortnite's
still
on.
out there about that.
Paragon, what?
First of all, what does that have to do with the shooting game?
It took out it took out one of mine.
Alright,
You can shoot in that game.
alright, so I can shoot you to the shadow realm too.
Oh,
Please don't.
please don't.
And then
Probably Fortnite, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
the final and the biggest one. What do y'all think is objectively the best shooting game?
I don't think it's possible for me to answer this question objectively.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Halo 2, baby, the fuck?
I've played so little of the shooting genre, the shooting game genre. I'd have to say Overwatch, but release Overwatch.
What?
Because that was probably the most fun I've ever had with shooting.
Fair enough.
Dude, Overwatch and long.
Last of Us? Last of Us?
You got 3
Well, I
seconds. I'm sending you to the shadow realm.
Well, I'm getting saying he over here keep saying Fortnite. Light me up. Well, I said actual
makes
good.
sense.
You said actual.
Last of Us don't make sense.
No,
Oh,
it's
that's
the
disrespectful.
objectively best shooter. You don't even half the things you can do that game aren't even shooting. You're stabbing and punching folk.
Facts.
What do you mean off for
Stabbing.
real? You played it.
I tell you what, that game is so little about the gunplay.
Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a shooter in the loosest of senses, bro.
Alright, let me change it up.
Action.
Let me just change it like this. What's y'all's favorite shooting game?
Overwatch.
Uncharted 3.
Halo 2.
I low key knew every single one of y'all's answer before y'all said it.
I'm gonna try to look at this objectively.
Because I knew
Best
H
shooter.
was gonna say Overwatch. I knew Tank was gonna say Uncharted. Because when I was his roommate, that ninja had that flaming skull. I was like, "You play Uncharted multiplayer?" He said, "Oh yeah, I play this still religiously." I was like, "Oh." I knew H was gonna say Division 2, and I knew Kyle was gonna say Halo 2. Like I knew all of that. Y'all already know what mine is. Don't even cap. So
Warframe, bro.
I'm hitting them.
Hey, bro, you
Alright.
really like Call of Duty 2 that much?
All right, you're banish. I'm banish all of you.
I'm gonna
Boy likes Call of Duty the Cold War so much.
I hate him.
Call of Duty Cold War. I'm trying to think like.
I said don't even cap.
I'm trying to think like a. As far as
don't know.
It's
as
Destiny.
far as multiplayer,
It's Destiny.
Oh, Destiny. Oh,
yeah, it's Destiny. As far as objectively, as far as shooters, and if you want to add battle royale, I hate to say it.
Fortnite light me up.
No, I gotta go Warzone.
Fortnite. Oh, as your favorite of all time?
Well, no, is like the I think the objectively best like shooter that has
I think
almost
it's objectively
everything
the
with
worst.
Okay.
Or one of the worst. Just because, especially from what I've heard, literally you can win the entire game by camping rooftops.
Did I say Halo 2?
As your favorite, yes.
No,
I meant fucking Halo 3. Though.
you can try to camp.
Apparently
That's
works.
why I quit. Because I was getting shot from every accessible rooftop, but there's a lot of ways to counteract it. Oh, and it's not hard to do at all. But comparing it to like other,
Go ahead, finish.
Comparing it to other battle royales I've played, Apex, even fucking Spellbreak.
I see. Spellbreak was go
Fortnite.
until people
It's
started
just
getting good.
it's just standard. It's just like across the board. Like it's just standard. It checks off just about everything you could want. Like it doesn't do above and beyond at everything, but it just checks off everything that should be there. Like Fortnite, as much as I hate it, still has that building mechanic that is actually pretty interesting.
Let's go.
Hey,
Hey,
and you know,
somebody please.
in Apex, you know, learning and mastering the guns and your character and using them well is, you know, fun. Working as a team, that helps a lot. But you can do just about everything like that in Warzone. Planting a freaking trophy on your car so nobody throws a fucking C4 at it or some shit. Like wall banging folk, like it's crazy. You can, it's there. I think Warzone. It's got everything you need.
I ain't gonna hate that answer, bro. Pretty good one.
I would personally probably say not the best overall. Honestly,
I forgot characters too. Warzone also has different characters you can play.
and this is my least favorite version or least favorite of the series, but I would say Halo Reach.
Halo Reach.
Like I didn't care for it as much because they took out my weapon, but as far as playing it, I think it has everything. It has cool maps, cool guns. You can customize your Spartan. The story was good. The gunplay was intuitive. Like, it was just a really solid game. I still ended up spending weeks and months on the game, and it was fun. I would have said Halo Reach. Alternatively, I would have the best the objective best overall right now is actually probably Fortnite. But if we're talking about if we're including mostly gunplay, like a good balance of gunplay and strategy, then I personally don't think COD can be in that, because it's almost exclusively gunplay and getting the drop on people. But I feel like Reach, and specifically, most Halos do, but specifically Reach in 3 and 2. 2 was amazing. But I think Reach was a little bit better in terms of multiplayer. It just had the perfect balance of, if I have better gun skill than you and you're only trying to use your gun skill, I'm gonna kill you every time. But if I know how to use my abilities, like the armor abilities that were in there and stuff like that, and I can throw grenades at better angles, or I have a specific type of gun, I can still kill you even if your aim is just that much better than mine. Like, I still have that option. So I think like Halo Reach has everything you really want. And I would personally, now this is subjective, I will always throw Destiny in there, specifically Destiny 1, because there's a ton of different ways you can play the game. There's a ton of different gun combos, and actually, change that. Destiny 2 before the stasis classes. Specifically before the stasis classes. Because you have an infinite amount of ways to play the game. You can be a shotgun ape. You can do the bow Ariana Val combo. You can just pure aim with scout rifles from a distance. You can pull up with the last word. You can straight up go hand cannon duel with the ace of spades. You could go pulse rifles if you really wanted to. You could pull up on somebody with a sidearm. You could use a fusion rifle. Like, they're all viable. You just have to get a good weapon with good rolls. Like, I feel like and then the classes, like being a hunter, being a warlock, or a titan, you get more effective ways to either aim, use your abilities, or just melee people. You know, like, there's just a free form of combat between both Halo Reach and Destiny. So I would say either one of those two overall.
Both really good games.
Mm-hmm.
But Halo 3 just got that thing to it, you know. I ain't got a word for it.
You know, Houston, you got that thing to it.
You know, when you're playing Halo 3, you're just like, damn, this is the best fucking shooting game ever made.
I've never felt that way.
Yeah.
Halo 2,
I can't believe
baby.
it. I can't believe it. Oh, Halo 2, light me up. I can't believe we went a whole episode without bringing up Fallout.
Why? It fell out.
It fell out.
I guess I'm talking to the wrong circle of people, but that's
Nobody ever Fallout. That game trash.
Fallout's cool. Fallout 4 was
trash.
Fallout 4 was pretty cool.
Fallout.
I was a big fan of New Vegas, but
yeah, New Vegas and 3 spent ungodly amounts of time in those games.
I just could never get into Fallout.
76 was the flop.
Yeah.
I wish I could have got into Fallout, honestly. I just never could.
It's kind of one of those games where you like make your own stories as you're playing.
Yeah. Not too heavy on the direction, just like it gives you this world, you freaking find NPCs and you go ham turkey.
Another big one that we didn't really talk about is GTA, but that is
Why though?
that's a lot more than a shooter game at this point.
That's a
Now
experience.
you sounded like me with Last of Us.
Alright, first off,
Damn.
that's different. GTA is about punching kids and robbing people.
All right.
Is it not? Is it not?
Oh, that no.
You punch these teenagers riding around in these fancy cars, and then they pull out and try to beat your tail. That's what happens in GTA. It's about fighting and violence.
I like GTA, but top shooter.
Definitely not. Definitely not. And then I guess H is gonna say he thinks the best one overall is Last of Us.
Got him.
So we're gonna skip him.
What?
We're not actually gonna skip him.
Best overall? Nah, I don't have enough. I don't have enough credentials on shooting games to be saying what's the best overall. Like I said,
Well, out of what you played, that's not the best out of what you've played.
That is the best. Oh, never mind. It'll be Overwatch.
That's better.
What I played, it'll be Overwatch. From for all the team play and the shenanigans you could pull off, the characters. I love the characters. That's the main reason why I started playing the game. But yeah, like it's a good solid game.
Overwatch is really fun to play, but it is fucking boring as hell to watch, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
To watch, I would agree.
I think Counter-Strike has the edge up on it.
Oh, bro, Counter-Strike.
It is way more fun to play freaking Overwatch than it is to watch it. I tried to watch pro play. I was like, yo, this is boring AF.
Yeah. It's the same metas doing the same shit.
Freaking goats.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hopefully Overwatch 2 will do more to shake that up.
You think that game is coming out?
Oh yeah, what am I talking about? That game doesn't
What
exist.
you mean? Oh, Overwatch is already making it 5v5, so that's going to throw the whole game off.
You think that game is coming out?
Damn, is it really gonna be 5v5?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
We're gonna be
I
5v5.
I said, dang, somebody about to lose their job.
Facts.
That's so ugly, bro.
What is it? It's two attackers, 2 healers, 1 tank.
Yo.
They better add a hexa-kill to that mode.
Else. Do not leave this up, you dang fool.
That sucks, man. I didn't even know about that.
I don't fuck with it not one bit. Hell no. They can miss me with that 5v5 shit.
I'm about it. Less tank BS. Tanks already do too much freaking damage. We're playing League of Legends.
You're not wrong.
You got Zarya hitting you like she's got dang, what's her name? McCree.
Yeah. Nope. That person does not exist.
Oh.
Cole Cassidy.
Still called McCree. until oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh well, folks, we have reached the end point of our little talk. I said little, but it was like 2 hours long. But yeah, I'd like to thank all that came through, that watched. Those on YouTube, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn them post notifications on so you know when I drop some more heat. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I would like to thank my guest again, Mr. Potshot.
Glad to be here.
I'd also like to again thank my technicians. And as they, I'll of course post their information on this on YouTube. Of course, this whole video should be up on YouTube if there are no issues. You know, there can be technical difficulties, but sometimes. But I hope there will be none this time. So, as they say in church, if all minds and hearts are clear,
yeah.
Okay.
then we will catch you on the flip side.
Stop making BRs.
2 different types of people. Catch me on Fortnite.
God damn.
Alright.
ここではない。